starts to move, ZB. YouTube fam, we made it. We're celebrating day 20. YouTube algorithm has joined the party. Hello, all my beautiful YouTube friends out there. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Camp Aspinall. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Yes, we're celebrating. We made it 20 days in a row on this vlog, but we're paying for it. I am hurting everyone. I don't know if you saw our last two videos, but we've been doing 12-hour days for the last 3 weeks, drywall, flooring, and we made it to day 20. So thank you if you've been following along. Prior to this streak, we were putting out 3-4 videos a week, but we got into this routine and we're gonna keep at it. I do have something really fun to share. But before we get to that, let's talk about the history of this channel very quickly. If you go and look in the About section, I created this channel in November 2006. I was just getting started in education and I wanted to use this space to create interactive content for the students in my class. But there was a catch. See, where we live, we didn't get high-speed internet until maybe 2 summers ago. Eventually, we got the Sky internet, and it was mediocre at best, but we've had to live on dial-up internet here for most of my life anyway. That meant I went to university at the University of Windsor, studied computer science, and had to hand in code over dial-up internet. It meant I couldn't start a YouTube channel and take this space anywhere fun. But I had big ideas and I wanted to. Well, guess what? 18 years later, the YouTube algorithm has joined the party. All right, friends, check this out. This is like incredibly incredible. And if you've been around, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking. Look at this. YouTube recommendations. So we're taking a break from the big projects today. Miscellaneous floor pieces that need to get put down. I've got a few screws that need mudding. You've seen a lot of that content this week. So I want to share with you the exciting news about this YouTube data algorithm discovery. I've been making YouTube videos for 18 years in a variety of forms. This channel began as a way to introduce coding to young people in my classroom. I would make tutorial videos. Somewhere along the lines it shifted into real estate, chasing financial freedom, but ultimately it's always been a portfolio of learning for me. The educator in me has always wanted to model the authenticity of the learning process. Anyway, I check the data. We have a rather large Twitter following, X following, a decent Instagram following, and I always look at where some of the hits to YouTube come from. And most of the views on this channel come from social media. I promote these videos on a regular basis, but I've noticed in recent time, YouTube recommendations has kicked in. I've noticed this in the data reports. Alongside where all the data and referrals are coming from, it now says YouTube recommendations. And that's because of you! See, I've learned in the last 18 years in reading forums and watching YouTube that it's viewers, it's engagement, it's watch time that makes a channel grow. You can buy likes, you can buy views, you can buy comments on the internet. They're all bots. They don't do anything but harm your channel. So I want to give a heartfelt thank you to all of you. Those of you who are educators and followed my coding videos. Those of you who've joined in recent time because you wanted to watch us build Airbnb houses. And those of you that caught on to the current streak we're doing. Whatever brought you here, thank you for being here. Because of you, this channel is starting to grow. And if you've learned anything from me, it's I don't really like doing things in a linear fashion. So when I see channel growth on graphs that look like this, that's exponential, and I want to jump on that momentum. I do want to talk briefly about equity of access. When I started this channel, I was unable to actually upload content for my students just based simply on geography because I didn't have access to dial-up internet. And when I got into education, that always stuck with me when I was assigning homework for students. How many students have access to, one, internet at home, technology at home, devices at home, but other resources that are crucially important too, like parents or siblings that might want to help them with homework? You know, we can't just blanket every student in our classroom with the same homework assignment because no two households are the same. Anyway, and if I hadn't made it clear, let me say it one more time. Thank you. You have made 20-something Brian the happiest person in the world. And it's my birthday next week. Okay, friends, let's go check on the abandoned cabin build site. First, though, it's a rainy, stormy one. A quick lake update. Well, it's always choppy when it's thunderstorms, 60-70% all day long, as you can see on the horizon. It's a hazy day. And happy Monday. I think it's the last Monday in July. I know this because my birthday's August 5th and it falls on the holiday this year. That's the civic holiday for those that don't know. Ta-da! Well, if you're new around here, that used to be a garage. Completely off grid, and somebody used it as a cabin. It wasn't that tall. So what we did was cut the roof off and build a 250 square foot loft apartment upstairs. Because waterfront property are just outrageous, we've had to be innovative. Who doesn't want a low maintenance 700 square foot cabin on beautiful Lake Erie? Hello, Michigan. Hello, Ohio. This is Ontario. And for those of you that are here to learn about the hustle and passive income streams, what should we do with this? We tossed around, obviously, long-term tenant. We've tossed around short-term rental stays, and we've tossed around a flip. The vacant land next door belongs to it as well, so it makes the most sense to build a second one first, but hit me up down below. Am I missing something completely that you see that I don't? Probably. Well, I know that we all have our opinions about short-term rentals, and we all have our opinions about long-term rentals. I live in the province of Ontario, and so tenants have more rights than the landlord. That's a criteria to consider. We want to avoid squatting, of course. As you know, we have multiple income streams, so running an Airbnb sounds daunting and overwhelming, so I don't want to do that. That doesn't mean I don't want to hire somebody else to run it, but what else could we use it as? Anyway, the biggest thing to think about, regardless of its functionality, we all need to consider it as an asset and then figure out how to leverage the valuation of it to continue further projects. Once we've done that, we'll figure out the best way to make it cash flow to pay itself off. All right, let's go home. Well, we're back, and I think it's only fair to show you the state of the drywall mud today, because it didn't look very good on day one. It didn't look very good on day 3, but here we are on day, I don't know. I'm not sanding. I refuse. Whoosh. Ah, looks a little different now. Whoosh. Looks a little different now, doesn't it? I think I just got a PhD in drywall. This is all still wet and only the second coat, so it doesn't look as nice on this side of the room, but that's because we had a pile of stuff here. The flooring was here, and now that the flooring's, well, on the floor, I was able to start that wall there. So it's the last to be done. This is the second. This is almost ready to be primed. Almost. I want to do a nice feather coat twice more times. And for those of you that caught yesterday's video, this is brand spanking new. No leaks. Steph nailed it. Install first try, not a single drip. So we can store all of this underneath that as well. Trying to maximize 500 square feet. This building is about 23 by 23. And of course, we doubled it when we put the second story on here. If you just happen to click on this video, we're converting 2 old, small, 400 or 500 square foot garages into 2-story cabins on Lake Erie. And for those of you that have been here before, thank you. I started the video with gratitude and we've come full circle. I'm forever grateful for every second you give to this channel. This video concludes our first 20-day streak. We have 200 and something videos on the channel, so go back and check those out. This new streak, it's found its way into my regular routine up there with the gym, so we're gonna see how long we can take it. So if you wanna come along for this adventure, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on that bell bar thing so you're notified every time this video goes live. Not every time this video goes live, because this video is gonna go live one time, but you'll be notified when future videos also go live. Of course, if you've been around the block, you know that they go live at 6 a.m. just about every day. Well, every day for the last 20 days. They've been going at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard. Subscribe anyway, hit the bell, because clearly I change all the time. If I haven't said thank you yet, I'm going to say it again. Thank you so much for watching, for being a part of this, and for giving up your time to watch this adventure unfold. Many of you I've met, we've crossed paths over the years. Many of you I knew in former professions. And for some of you, well, just getting to know you now, and I am loving it. All right, friends, this is what Monday looks like for me. End of day, it's about 4:30 in the afternoon on July the 29th. Peace and love from Canada's most southern mainland shoreline. Give somebody close to you a hug, tell them they matter. Don't forget, you matter. Catch y'all on the next one.